All right, Rick, it's prediction time. We do this every week. Let's start off with Hayes Lehman. Lehman's never beaten Hayes, but Lehman's undefeated right now. Hayes isn't any slouch either, but how do you see this one going this year?
I see for the first time Lehman, the Lobos, out on top. They've only given up 20 points all year to go 4-0. Of course, they haven't played anybody as good as Hayes yet, but I'm going to give it to Lehman.
I'm going to go with Hayes. A couple people might be disappointed with the way they played last week against Hutto, but Hutto's a pretty good team, and I really like the way Caleb Kimbrough has played for that offense this year. Blake Felton is his first year there. He's handed over the reins to Mr. Kimbrough, who has a brother and sister who people might have heard about over in Hayes, but I just think that he's going to lead them to a victory. I think it's going to be close. Lehman is definitely closing the gap out there, but I think Hayes continues the streak. Let's go Westwood Stony Point. Talking about a team that hasn't beaten another team in a while. Westwood hasn't beaten Stony Point in a while, but the tables have been turned this year. Stony Point struggling, Westwood's cruising. How is this one going to go?
I like Westwood. I know they haven't blown everybody out, but 120 to 60, something along those lines for points for, points against. Stony Point, they were averaging 43 points a game on offense last year. This year, it's close to 12 with the 3 legitimate games that they've actually played. They've beaten the 2 Mexican teams, one on forfeit, but lost to the 2 area teams. So there you go.
I'll go with Westwood. I think if they're healthy, if Ben Johnson's playing, I think Westwood is a very, very good team. Stony Point struggling, trying to find that identity. It's really going to be really tough for them to play Westwood the week after that DeSoto game, where they're trying to figure a lot of things out. I like Stony Point's defense, but I just think Westwood has too much firepower on both sides of the ball. So I expect Westwood to win this one, and we'll see how Stony Point rebounds down the road. Let's go Westlake New Braunfels, non-district game for both, but they're both tuning up for district play. Who's going to win this one?
Westlake's going to win. If you go by what happened in the last 3 weeks, of course they lose to Lake Travis the first game of the year. 3 victories later, they're averaging 43 points a game in those victories. The other side of the coin, though, in Braunfels, they only give up about 12 points a game, so it's going to be offense versus defense. I'm picking Westlake.
You've got to be pretty impressed with the way Westlake has rebounded from that loss. I think after that Lake Travis loss, people were kind of wondering if it was the end for Westlake, but they have played very nice in the last 3 games. I'm going to go with New Braunfels. Unicorns have been playing. They've been a little up and down this season, but I just think they're going to squeeze out this one. No rhyme or reason why. I'm just going to go with the
Sounds good to me.
With the Unicorns. Final game, let's go Cedar Park, Vandergrift. Vandergrift's 4-0, Cedar Park's 3-1. Is Vandergrift going to get their first loss?
Vandergrift is going to get their first loss because I am not going to go against Cedar Park this week. Not after that 69-0 shellacking that I took at the hands of Austin High last week. But I just think Cedar Park has too much defense. They've had the tradition. They're rolling now. Vandergrift, they haven't played anybody. Sure. Nobody of note. This is going to be an awakening, but it's going to be an event because everybody in those 2 areas are going to go see that game.
Yeah, Cedar Park's played all 5A teams. Vandergrift has played 2 bad 4A teams and a couple decent 3A teams. I think Cedar Park wins this. As you said, they're strong on both sides of the ball. I know Vandergrift and Cedar Park, those kids all knew each other, growing up to that system, and 4 of those Vandergrift kids got sent over from Cedar Park to Vandergrift. So it's going to be a grudge game. I think Cedar Park is just too strong, especially with Hogan. If he's healthy, you just can't stop him. Westwood couldn't stop him. I don't think Vandergrift is going to be able to stop him.
It's probably Vandergrift's biggest game in their young school history, but it's going to be a tough one.
Yeah, both teams will make the playoffs, but I just think Cedar Park is going to get this one. All right, that's our previews. Check out the paper this week and to see how we did, and we'll see you next week.